First album I ever bought was Bay City Rollers' Greatest Hits. It was, they had a Saturday morning show like around the time of cartoons for one season when I was young. It was the first rock band I really remember being aware of. They were Scottish, and they wore all that tartan, and they had the song Saturday Night. So I wanted that song, so that was my first real record. Last album I bought that I enjoyed is probably the new My Morning Jacket record. I've been enjoying a lot of different music, but that's the last record I walked into a record store and bought, just like old-fashioned kind. I grew up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and was fortunate to, be coming up when both the Replacements and Husker Du were really the prominent bands on the scene. And so the first time I saw the Replacements, I knew I wanted to be in a rock and roll band. They were really cool. I was 14, and it was just overwhelmingly. And they didn't look like they came off some rock and roll mountain. They looked like the kind of guys that lived in my block, but there was something really cool, rebellious, wild, and smart to them that made me want to be in a rock band. And I've still never met any of the Replacements, but I think that would be the one. If I had to write a letter to a band, that would be the one I'd write it to. The bands that I've been really excited about are My Morning Jacket, obviously they're big. Smaller band, The War on Drugs, this band from Philadelphia. We're going to take on tour in Europe. We've been playing with the Loved Ones on this tour. We're all fans of theirs. The Constantines from Canada are a band we're all fans of. Fortunately we get to see a lot of new music doing what we do. My dream lineup of a festival would be, I think, a Replacements reunion, Drive-By Truckers, My Morning Jacket, Tom Waits, Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan, Willie Nelson, Neil Young. I guess somewhat predictable, but rock music that I like to listen to. The Rolling Stones would probably be on there too. People I always ask, because we played with the Rolling Stones, people ask about, was it like too much like a cabaret or something like, or this, but I still think that the Rolling Stones, watching it up close, is pretty cool. I think my favorite song of all time is a Replacements song, I Will Dare, which is off my favorite Replacements record, Let It Be. I still remember, I can still kind of smell the fall air. I came out in October, September, October. My dad drove me down to get it because I really needed it. I couldn't drive yet, it really takes me back to this 1984. Just sort of being, and it wasn't all good. I mean, it was 8th grade then, so things were pretty. It was a tough age. It was a tough age for me. I remember being a lot of what the records talks about. Songs like 16 Blue and Unsatisfied really, summed up kind of like some of my fears and anxieties that I had, as a young preteen or just a young teenager. That record's really special to me, and it definitely reminds me of that time. No, I didn't. I lost my virginity to something else.